People are saying that the 90s brows are coming back, like the skinny brows, and I'm a little bit terrified. Spring is officially only a few days away, which means it's time for spring makeup looks. I'm itching for a little bit of color, a little bit of freshness, a little bit of dew. I love winter to an extent, you know, but now I'm itching for that little bit of warmth, that little pop of color on the cheeks. You know, I get excited for spring makeup every single year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thrilled. So I'm gonna show you guys an affordable spring inspired tutorial. I'm so excited to show you some of the products that I have sitting in front of me. With this video, I just really wanted to show you a routine that's gonna be really simple, but that's gonna really make you look awake and fresh and ready to conquer your day in spring. Since it's early spring, I kind of wanted to combine something fresh with something cozy, which is why I've got a sweatshirt on, but then I've got my hair slicked back, and then we'll definitely pull in some pops of color in the makeup using affordable products. Let's get into it. I have a vision for this look. I'm really excited that Haley's Beauty is sponsoring today's video. You guys know I love this brand so much. It's a female-founded brand. They create products that are focused on complexion, which I absolutely love. As I was thinking about what I personally am obsessed with when it comes to Haley's Beauty, because it genuinely is in my routine constantly, I feel like it's because they really create quality products and products that are timeless with really reliable formulas, but at such an affordable price. And they also create things with really great ingredients. I really love their products. It's a great time to try everything out because it's actually their friends and family sale, so you get 25% off site-wide. The first thing I want to share with you guys is the Haley's Beauty Refresh Ultimate Priming and Setting Spray. I'm going to use this as a priming spray and a setting spray. This is a really nice kind of milky formula. So this is normally $18 as I'm spritzing my face generously with this, but 25% off, it's $13.50, which is amazing. The sale starts now and it goes till the 31st of March. You don't need a code and you can save on some incredible high quality staple products, you know, that are just gonna really freshen up your routine. For foundation, I'm gonna hop into my Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation. I wear the shade Rose Ivory. I'm gonna go ahead and pump 1.5 pumps on the back of my hand. And to blend this out, I'm gonna use another Haley's Beauty product that I love, and it's this brush right here. This is the Brilliant Kabuki brush. I absolutely love the shape of this. I use this all the time. It is such a high quality brush. This is normally $18 and this will also be $13.50, which is amazing. I'm just gonna use this to buff out my foundation all over my skin. It truly is one of the best foundation brushes out there. I love the domed bristles on this because I feel like it really buffs out the foundation without leaving hardly any lines left, which is incredible. Something that I love even more than this brush, which is hard for me to even fathom because this is such a good product, is the Haley's Beauty sponge. I know so many of you guys love this as well. Every time I talk about this, I get a comment from you guys saying this sponge is everything, and I have to agree. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up what's left on the back of my hand using the sponge. This is normally $10, but it will be on sale for $7.50. This is a latex-free sponge, and it's one of the softest sponges that I own. It's truly my go-to sponge consistently. Like, you guys have seen me use this on my channel over and over and over. It's the sponge that I've been using the most for the past couple of months here on my channel. I've used this sponge for a long time, but especially recently, it's really been a part of my routine. It's just the best. It truly blends out products so nicely all over the skin. Since this is a spring tutorial, when I was picturing this look, I really wanted a bright under eye, and this is the perfect concealer for this. This is also from Haley's Beauty. This is one of the best concealers for a full coverage, super bright look under the eyes without looking heavy or cakey. I also really love the packaging on this. So this is called their Rewind Concealer. It's a blurring full coverage concealer. The name is perfect because that's exactly what it does. It has a really beautiful metal cooling applicator, which I love, especially if you're getting ready in the morning. It feels so good underneath the eye. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and draw a little line underneath the eyes like that, focusing on the areas that I really want brightened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it underneath the eyes. By the way, I wear the shade Fair Neutral in this. I love to blend it out with my complexion sponge, so I'm gonna go ahead and press this underneath the eyes to brighten. So this has more of a cream to powder formula, but I love it because it gives such major brightness and coverage, but it does not feel heavy under the eyes and it doesn't look cakey or heavy under the eyes either, which is so key for me, especially if I'm going to use it for an everyday basis. I feel like a lot of times with more full coverage concealers, I tend to reach for them on more glamorous occasions, but with this concealer, because it does have light reflecting particles in it and it's just such a beautiful, lightweight but full coverage formula, I find that I can get away with it in the daytime and still get a really nice, fresh, no makeup kind of a look. You can build it up though if you want to. So if you have a lot more that you want to cover, it's great for building up. I might put a little bit more just here because I really want that brightness under the eyes today. Oh, I just love how awake that concealer makes my under eyes look. A little bit of this really does go a long way. I'm gonna take what's left and apply it to my eyelids. I do love this concealer for underneath the eyes, but I also love it on any other areas of the face that I want to lift and brighten. So I just put some on the back of my hand and I'm going into the center of the face to kind of add a bit more coverage and to also blur certain areas as well, because this has a really nice whipped and blurring kind of a texture. So I'm just using the sponge to press that into the center of the face so that I have that nice lifted, brightened center of the face, which will contribute to that fresh look that I'm going for. Okay, I'm loving how my complexion is looking. We're gonna go ahead and set the under eyes. I'm gonna use my number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Powder. I'm just gonna use a very light amount of powder just for longevity. You actually don't need to set this concealer if you don't want to, because it actually does set down to more of a powdery or matte finish, which is really nice if you're in a hurry. It's one of those concealers that you can just kind of leave alone and still rely on the formula, which is always great. I like to set my face with powder, especially for an everyday look, because I just personally need that longevity and I want to maintain the coverage of the foundation and the concealer on my face so I feel super confident through the entire day. I'm just going to go ahead and set the outsides of the face with this Haley's Beauty powder brush. And now it's time to warm up the complexion. I really want to create a fresh but sculpted complexion. So I'm gonna go into my Juvia's Place Bronzed Bronze palette. This is in the shade Light. I love this because you have 2 different tones in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop into the lighter tone first. And I'm gonna start to warm up the complexion using this bronzer. I'm making sure to apply it into the hairline on my forehead, especially since I'm wearing my hair up, so it looks as natural as possible. Once I've got that first color down, I do like to take a little bit more of the more warm tone and just kind of blend right on top of that first color we applied. The second color in this palette is a little bit more warm toned, so it's gonna help bring in that really cute sun-kissed look, especially coming out of winter, moving into spring. I feel like I can start to add a little more bronzer to help myself feel and look really healthy, or at least fake it till I make it, because here in Utah, honestly, it's winter until June. I'm not kidding. Sometimes it's like insane that it snows in May or June. So for me, it's still cold outside, but according to the calendar, it's almost spring. So I'm going by the calendar and I'm switching my makeup according to the calendar, not the weather outside, you know? I'm using more of a large fluffy brush to kind of add that bronzer on a more broad part of the face. I mean, yes, I'm still being precise with where I apply it, especially under the cheeks, but I do want that overall just lit from within healthy, sun-kissed kind of a glow. Okay, I love how that looks. I am gonna go back into my powder brush and just gently buff around the edges so it's extra seamless. All right, I'm gonna fill in my brows. I'm gonna start off with the Milani Precision Brow Pencil, and I'm gonna use this to fill in the ends of my brow. Guys, how do you feel about that TikTok trend? People are saying that the 90s brows are coming back, like the skinny brows, and I'm a little bit terrified. I actually never plucked my brows or over plucked my brows in the 90s because I was just, you know, a tiny child in the 90s. However, so many people regret over plucking their brows in the 90s, and there's this filter going around on TikTok. I think it's called 90s brows, and it basically shows you what your brows would look like more thin. How do you guys feel? Are you into it? Are you nervous like I am? It's interesting because I feel like I have naturally more thin brows anyway, so I'm definitely not gonna be over plucking my brows. I can't afford to do that because I feel like I only have 3 brow hairs. But I'm just hoping people don't go overboard, you know? I'm hoping that we can learn from our mistakes And that doesn't mean we can't do more of a structured, clean brow, but I don't know. It's making me a little nervous that people are getting excited about thin brows again. I almost feel like when it comes to brows, it's important to make sure to look at your facial structure and recognize what kind of a brow shape or size suits you most. Just go off of your natural brow shape. And if you have naturally more fluffy brows, I think people should stick to that. If you do have naturally more thin or sparse brows, you know, you shouldn't try to over thicken them. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just getting kind of nervous about people making like teensy brows, and like once you start plucking, I feel like it's just gonna get smaller and smaller. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see how long this trend lasts and where it takes us. Okay, so my brows are nice and clean, but also natural looking, which is what I was going for. I had this idea in my mind for an eye look when it comes to springtime, and I was really excited to try to create what I had in my mind. I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Charlie's Angels eyeshadow palette. This is such an incredible color scheme and formula. I love it so much. I'm going to go into the shade I've Come Undone, which is this kind of nudie beige, and I'm just going to use that in the crease, well, kind of above, as my transition shade. When it comes to an everyday look, I've been using a lot of matte eyeshadows, which obviously I still love, but I had this idea of doing something really soft and simple, but using shimmer for everyday, which I thought would be kind of cute. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade and run it across the lower lash line just to create a bit of definition. Same thing on this eye. Okay, next, I wanted to do like a really nice light shimmer. So I'm gonna go into Angel's Eye, which is such a gorgeous light kind of champagne color. I'm gonna try to not get too much fallout on my eyes with this. So I'm gently just gonna start pressing this all over the eyelid, blending it out from the inner corner kind of to the very end of the eye, which I don't normally do. I usually like to do something matte on the outer corner, but for every day, I feel like this would be a much easier way to go. See how pretty that is? This is exactly what I was hoping for. It's something that you can't really mess up, especially if the shimmer shade you choose is similar to your skin tone. That will make it look even more natural. I'm taking my fingertips and blending it up toward the brow a little, so I do have that shimmer all the way across the eyelid, but it's very soft and subtle. I am gonna take my powder brush and just brush away any fallout that we got. Next, I'm going to take a small brush and dip into this dark brown shade called Independent Woman. I'm going to dip into this, and then I'm going to spray the brush with my Haley's Beauty Refresh Priming and Setting Spray just to make it more damp. And I'm going to start just halfway across the eye and start to create a really nice shadow wing using this dark brown color. I'm going to look straight ahead so that I create more of a straight out wing versus like a very uplifted wing. And then I'm going to go back in and connect the wing into the existing shadow, just like that. And then I'll do the same thing on the other eye, spraying the brush, and then adding that bit of definition on the outer corner. And that's all I want to do for the eyes. I want to keep it pretty simple. You know what? I was going to use my Maybelline mascara, but I want to use my L'Oreal today, I think. I'll be right back. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and we're going to go all out with the lashes today. Sometimes I go a little bit more soft and subtle on an everyday basis. But for this look, since the eyeshadow is so just clean and precise, I really want my lashes to be more of a statement. And I'm applying this to the top and bottom lashes. Okay, I love how this is looking. For blush and for lips, I wanted pink for spring. So first, I'm going to take a matte blush. This is from Burt's Bees. It's the shade Shy Pink. It's one of my all-time favorite colors. I'm going to take this and apply it more toward the back of the cheeks just to create a little bit of a pink base. I'm going to use a shimmer blush as well, but I didn't want the entire face to be covered in shimmer. I just wanted like certain portions. So I'm going to start with this as my base, applying it pretty high on the face for a lifted, flushed look. I'm going to take it across the nose as well. I'm going to apply a little bit to the forehead, a little bit to the chin, so we have a nice cohesive, healthy pink flush all over the face. Next, I'm going to take my Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Dolce Pink. This is such a stunning color. A little goes a long way with this, so I'm just going to take a bit, tap off the excess, and then smile. And this is what I'm going to apply more toward the apples of the cheeks. Just like that. To really make the shimmer pop, I'm going to go back into my Haley's Beauty Complexion Sponge and press everything down into the skin. This is just going to give even more of a healthy glow. It's going to get rid of any powdery finish and make things look like it's your skin but better. For lips, I'm gonna go into the NYX pencil. This is the Slim Lip Pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. I am gonna wipe off any foundation that got on the lips first though, so we have a nice clean slate to work with. When you're doing a pink lip, sometimes it's good to match the lip color with a lip liner, but something that I like to do is take something a little bit more neutral or deeper than the pink, because then once you apply your pink color, the edges of your lips are much more grounded and you have a little bit more of an interesting dimension, which is what I'm creating here. Just blending out the lip lines into the lips. And then for gloss, I'm gonna take the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Petal. This is such a nice, very pink kind of a gloss. It's very pigmented, which I thought was so perfect for spring. I'm just adding that on top. See, I just think that that color with a little bit more of a deeper brown toned liner really helps create a gorgeous dimension while still looking really fresh. I love this lip combo so much. Okay, I'm gonna assess the situation. I'm gonna add a little more bronzer, just using what's left on my brush. I really like how everything looks. I do like to have a little extra blush sometimes, so I'm gonna take a bit more of that Milani Shimmer Blush and just layer it onto the apples of the cheeks. And I'm even gonna pinch my brush and apply just a teeny bit right here by the brow. Okay, so now I'm gonna set the face using my Hailey's Beauty Refresh Ultimate Priming and Setting Spray one more time. I like to really drench the face with setting spray at the end of my routine. I just feel like it really makes a difference. So once that's all over the face, I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge after it starts to kind of sink in, and I'm just gonna press everything into the skin one more time. Last but not least, I'm gonna brush up my brows using the Milani Clear Brow Gel, just to make sure the brows stay in place all day. So there you have it. I love how this turned out. It's very much like the clean girl makeup trend, but a little bit more glamorous since I added that shimmer all over the lids and then a little more color and a little bit more of a pink lip and cheek versus what I would typically do on an everyday basis in the winter. I just feel like adding that bit more freshness and pop of color on the lips and cheeks really help transition it into springtime. I'm so excited to continue to finally create more spring makeup looks. So if you have something in mind that you would like to see me do here on my channel, let me know in the comments down below. Again, huge thanks to Hailey's Beauty for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out the Friends and Family sale. I'll have everything linked in the description box down below. You'll get 25% off site-wide, no code needed. They have so many amazing products, but these four are definitely my top picks that stick in my routine year round, no matter what. They're so timeless and so classic. Definitely worth checking out or stocking up on during the Friends and Family sale. So be sure to check the description box for all of my favorite products from Hailey's Beauty. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what you guys are excited for when it comes to spring makeup trends. I want to know if your everyday makeup routine is going to be similar to this in the spring or what you guys are into. So be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post a video. That's it for me today. I definitely feel like I accomplished my goal of fresh but cozy with today's vibe, and I can't wait to go out with this makeup on. I hope you all have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.